Welcome everybody to episode 18 of Dane Interviews. Joining me today is the guitar player of the British rock band The Struts. I am joined today by Adam Slack. He is here to talk about The Struts' new acoustic EP called Unplugged Live at EastWest. And we get a little insight on the coming Struts summer tour, which is called Remember the Name, The Struts. I'll leave everything linked in the description, but go to thestruts.com, see if there's a date near you. The tour starts on June 16th in Detroit, Michigan, and ends on July 22nd in Philadelphia. But more importantly, the new EP. It's an acoustic record, and it's awesome. The Struts are my favorite band, so anything they put out, I will love. But honestly, I mean, if you see my reviews on Big Beautiful Diz, you know I'm honest with my when I like something, I will like something, and when I don't like something, I don't like it. But the acoustic EP Live at EastWest is awesome, so I definitely recommend everyone go on to Spotify or iTunes or Amazon Music and give it a listen. Hey, let me tell you about SEATGEEK. SEATGEEK is the web's largest event ticketing search engine. Whether you're looking for concert tickets, NBA tickets, NHL tickets, Major League Baseball tickets, or NFL tickets, it's all right here. And you can get some really good deals on SeatGeek because on the event mapping, the green dots, you know you're getting a good deal there. But if it's a red dot, that's a terrible deal. Don't buy that one. If you want to go to that concert or sporting event, be sure to go to SeatGeek to get $20 off your first order. Their site is linked in my description, and again, use code BIGBeautifulDish for $20 off your first order. Big thank you to SeatGeek. Okay, without further delay, let's get to my interview with Adam Slack of The Struts. All right, we are joined today by Adam Slack of the British rock band The Struts. How are you doing today, Adam?
I'm good. How are you, mate?
Good. So I've been, for backstory of people who have not listened to my old podcast, the Strutters podcast, I've been a fan of you guys for, I don't even know, long time. And I've got the pleasure to know you, to get to know you. So thanks for coming on today. The Struts have
Of
some
course.
dates announced for 2023. They also have a brand new, I don't know, would you call it an EP? I mean, it's only 4 songs, so I guess that would count as an EP called Unplugged Live at EastWest. So let's get into it. First off, what is EastWest?
It's a studio in LA.
Okay. That's what I
Yeah.
figured. So the EP is only 4 songs. So who came up with the idea to do a mini EP to satisfy the fans until the full length record comes out eventually, hopefully?
Um, yeah, hopefully. No, Taylor Guitars got in touch and said that they wanted to do something with me, and then it turned into this idea of doing an acoustic live performance at East West, and yeah, we just thought it was a great idea and it'd be great content. This was last year that we were talking about it. I think, I don't know, we felt, well, last summer, I think we started talking about it, and then we shot it at the end of last year. And yeah, we just thought, it's a great opportunity. And they had the idea of me and Luke choosing a song each that, inspired us, musically and stuff. So I chose Supersonic and he chose Michael Jackson. Um, yeah, and I just thought it was a great idea. I mean, we thought it was great content and something that fans would like and something that we'd enjoy doing. And like you say, it kind of just keeps fans happy and keeps us happy, and it gave us something to ride on the back of to announce the tour.
Mm-hmm.
So there's stuff coming out between now and the tour, but it's just something, I don't know, to wet the whistle.
Was it before the Vegas date? Was it around that time when it was recorded?
I think it was end of November, so
Uh,
Vegas was New Year's Eve. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, so around that time. Um, So you've done this before in 2016. You have the live and unplugged, which was four songs again. It was Kiss This, Could Have Been Me, Where Did She Go, Put Your Money. Oh, and then the cover, the Hotline Bling,
Yeah.
and I Always Knew. Um, so will there ever be an electric live album or a
It,
DVD, something to capture the real Struts live experience?
I mean, we've been talking about it for years, and honestly, we have enough live recordings of us to probably do it now. I think it's just a case of, I think this next album's just something that we've been working like tirelessly on, and even today, just been on the phone all day about it. So it's just taking up a lot of our time. I think, I mean, don't quote me on it, but I think like once this album's done and we've toured that, I think a live album is something that we definitely want to do. And has been talking about for years, and I think is definitely going to happen. It's just a case of when. I don't know.
Yeah. Will there be a live DVD component to it or just audio album?
I mean, if we can, then 100%, yeah. Yes to a DVD,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. um Another question about a live album. I find this interesting how different artists how they might make a live album or a studio album. Um, do you think it would just be like a straight off the board, just one show, or will you cut like different shows and then put it and then cut that together to be a live album?
I don't know. Yeah, because it was, I don't know, last June, I think we were talking about it. Because we were all in a house together and we were all drunk and we were listening to live recordings of ourselves. We're like, fuck,
Uh-huh.
this would be so good to do a live album. And yeah, it was like, do we do, you know, I don't know, where's somewhere cool. Like eventually, if we did like the Greek Theatre in LA, something, did 2 nights there, and then
Yeah.
chop the best songs from each night into a set, or is it a mixture? It just depends. It just who knows? It's just it'd be when it finally get the green light on it. I think then we can decide.
Uh-huh.
But till then, I don't know.
I keep having this live album is just coming on. It keeps popping up in my mind. Will the Wiltern Theater video, will that get a full release? Like, will that full show be released or does a full show exist from Sunday service?
I think there is a full show somewhere. There's a guy called Dave Romero, who's a good friend of ours, who's been filming us for years now, and he's got a lot of footage. But it's I don't know if I'm really allowed to say, but something will come of it. But I don't think that will be the live DVD or anything.
Yeah.
That won't be it.
Okay. Because I know there was a few shows. There was one in like Ohio somewhere that got released through the venue onto YouTube. I don't know if the Will Turn is something like that that might get released down the road. I would love to see it. It's awesome video from Sunday service.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen it myself, other than the Sunday service ones. But no, it wouldn't be anything like that because that was something that it was our crew that filmed that, so it's our footage.
Okay. You did mention that Supersonic and Strangers in Moscow. Uh, what was the company that you said the guitar company? What
Taylor
Taylor
guitars.
Taylor Guitarist, you said they came to you and said, "Would you like to do two cover songs?" Um, so take me through that process of thinking about what song you wanted to bring to the table.
Um, yeah, I mean, originally, I mean, for me, like the song that got me into, well, the band that got me into music was Green Day, but I couldn't see Luke singing a Green Day song or was playing a Green Day song,
That
really.
would be interesting.
Yeah, but and like there wasn't really a song by Green Day. I think it was just the whole band. I mean, the first song I saw was Minority, but like the whole band I just fell in love with. So it was hard to pinpoint a song, but I do remember when I was probably like 15, 16 years old, hearing Supersonic. I bought Definitely Maybe the album, and I randomly played that song first, because I like the name of the song. And then yeah, I just remember just being like, oh my God, like this, like who is this singer? Like I always heard Oasis in the house growing up, but then it was just like only, it's hard to like like when your parents like music, it's like you don't want to like their music, but then it was like, oh my God, like I love this. And
Uh-huh.
it was like I don't know, it's like it was punky in a way, like the big guitars and stuff, power chords, and then Liam's voice. And I just remember me being like, this is it. And then I just it was like Green Day were my first thing, and then it was Oasis. So I
Mm.
just went down the rabbit hole with them. And, I remember writing a song that night that sounded exactly like Supersonic. And I ran into he's going to my mum's bedroom and like play all the songs I was writing. And just like, she didn't say anything, but she could obviously hear me listening to Supersonic. And then I came to her with this song. It even said something about like, living under a waterfall, which is one of the lyrics in the
Yeah.
chorus in my
Yeah.
chorus. But yeah, it just it got me out of that. I didn't listen to anything other than Green Day for like I don't know felt like forever, but in the grand scheme of things, probably like 2 years. And then it was Oasis, and then it like when I watched videos of who they liked and read interviews or listened to interviews or watched interviews, they said they like these bands, and then it was like, oh, okay, there's more to the music than just
Yeah.
Green Day. So they were like my other gateway band to finding like the Beatles and
Uh,
Slade and T-Rex and the Stones and stuff like that.
do you know why Luke brought Strangers in Moscow?
He's always loved that song, and funnily enough, like um, I was a huge Michael Jackson fan when I was really young, but like Luke was obsessed, and it was, I think Luke wanted to be a dancer originally,
Mm.
I think, and it's a really cool song. It's different, it's not like one of his big hits or anything like that. But he's always loved the song, and it was a cool opportunity. And when we knew that we were going to get John on piano,
Mm.
it really suited that. We're having the piano there with it. So I
Who's
think
on
it was just a
piano?
song that John Levine. He used to produce Strange Days, and we've
Yeah,
done a
yeah.
lot of writing with him. We wrote like Body Talks with him, and he produced that too.
Is he producing the new record?
No.
No, okay. Um, well, Unplugged live at East West, will that get a physical release or is that just going to be digital only?
I think it's digital only at the moment, but stranger things have happened.
Could you see it getting like a record store day release or something? Some
I think that
specialty.
it would be cool. It's just it depends because I think it depends when our fourth album's going to come out and stuff like that.
Mm.
When is Record Store Day anyway?
April 15th or something. It's in April, I know. Yeah, April 22nd is record store day this year. I think there's
Oh,
one in
okay.
November too. I think there's a couple of
I
them.
I I don't think it's going to go physical release, if I'm honest, but I don't know.
This wasn't a public show, was it?
No, it was like we invited guests, like our friends, basically,
Okay.
friends and yeah,
Yeah, because I
management.
saw on the cover there was a you know maybe like 10 people or so in like an audience. So I was wondering if
Yeah, I think total it was like 30 people, including the crew. It was just like a small little,
oh yeah, yeah.
kind of like, well, I suppose MTV Unplugged had a proper audience, didn't it? But
Yeah.
there's
Well,
just a couple of people in there.
I think that was mostly invite. I'm not really sure though, so don't quote me on that, but I think most of those were um like invited people. Um
Yeah.
did you just play 4 songs or are there more recordings that have yet to be released?
No, it was just those 4 songs.
Just for
Yep.
simple.
Yeah.
um fans of the Struts and anyone really, if they go back and watch old videos or see old pictures, they have noticed some new fashion. So where did the suits come from?
I know it's pretty funny. I read like been reading a lot of comments and like Strutters and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, they're not glam anymore, they're not
Yeah.
this, they're not that. And it's just we just fancy the change. Yeah, it's like
Was there any pressure from Big Machine to change your look, or did you just do it,
no,
or was it just coincidence?
no. It's like it's funny that people think, oh, it's their management had told them to do it. It's the new record label, and it's just not true. No, it was
Yeah.
us, and it's just like we wanted to reinvent ourselves, not go too crazy. And it's just wanted to change something up. I just want a new look, and I thought it was about time. So we just thought we'd change it up a little bit, wear something different, and it just felt natural. We like it, and it's really easy because we can just all put a suit on.
Yeah.
We all go together.
Yeah. Is there any influence? Like, is there someone that you saw or someone saw that they thought, that would be cool for you guys to wear too, or did it just like was it just Luke being like, I'm gonna wear a suit one day?
No, no, we would have spoke about it and just the bands like the Faces and the early 70s, late 60s, like there's a lot of suits and lots of shirts and cravats and stuff like that. And it's just something when me and Luke first started the band, that was all we loved, were those kind of like the early Stones and Beatles and Faces and those cool bands that just look great, and they all all looked like a unit, but all wearing like different kind of suits and shirts. And it's just something like, oh, let's do something like that. And we just felt like everyone was doing like the glam thing now, and
Mm,
we've done it a long time. It felt like a natural time to evolve and try
yeah.
something else. So there's no pressure from anybody. Like, oh, now we've signed you. We don't like the glam thing. I mean, when we first signed a record deal fucking 13 years ago, they did say that. They did say, stop doing this, stop doing that. And that's why we wrote Could Have Been Me. Because it was like,
Yeah.
no, we don't want to do that. And, but no, that's not happened since then. So, no, everything. And there's other things that said about the sound, and there's this and that. And it's the, management, it's the label. And it's like, it's just not true. But it's fun to read.
Yeah. You go on the Strutters page on Facebook every day, really, don't you?
Oh,
You
yeah, I have a little
read a
nosy.
lot of stuff like that. You like to see what the fans are saying about you.
Yeah, because what a lot of it I love because it's feedback from people that love our music, which is great
Uh,
and it's lovely. And it's good to get feedback, good or bad.
mm,
Um, so I like looking at it and I like seeing what people think of the new songs or, in this case the EP.
mm,
Um, and just look at the conversations that people are having. But yeah, I mean, Luke said it straight on the Strutters page about the whole new look and all this and
mm,
that. Because, I think we didn't want people getting the wrong idea. It's something that we've chosen and no one else has pushed us into anything. So,
yeah. Yeah, and really, I mean, not every tour per se, but every record definitely there has been costume changes. Like, Young and Dangerous, you all have the color coordination thing.
mhm.
And what was Everybody Wants? It was like all black because Luke had that like Freddy cape.
Yeah, we kind of just did anything. I mean, some might help, but back then were
Yeah.
kind of questionable. But
And
that
then
was
the
just, yeah,
pink for Strange Days. That was really a
yeah,
suit.
yeah,
That was early. That was like a kind of a suit thing, wasn't it? The pink suit on the Strange Days tour.
yeah, yeah. We dabbled with that. Kind of still color coordinated,
Yeah.
but it was just pink. Yeah. I think we still do, there'll be some form of color coordination, but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. It's all like tan now. That kind of color. I guess this would be more of a question for Luke or whoever, whoever does your suits, but who makes them? Is it the same costumer that you've had? What's his name? Ray Brown, or is it somebody else now?
Ray's doing the new stage ones, but no one's seen them yet. In this one, it was just our own clothes, that we get from wherever.
So there is gonna be different stage ones. All right, that's interesting.
Mm.
Strutter's page, do whatever you
That,
want with that.
I shouldn't say too much, should I? It's got to be. There's got
Oh,
to be
I
some.
shouldn't have said that. Now you're not going to say anything. So you do two new songs. I don't know really how new they are, but Pretty Vicious and Fallen with Me. Um, are are those going to be on the new record, the next record?
Yeah, I assume so.
Okay. How old are those songs? Because I think I heard somewhere that both of them were written before Strange Days. Is that correct?
Uh, well, they were started before Strange Days, I guess, but finished. I mean, yeah, I mean, then for sure. But it's there's still, Falling was only finished, a couple of months before it came out. So
Oh
it's
wow.
just how you go back to certain songs, and there's stuff that COVID kind of just, those songs that we did on Strange Days were written and recorded in those 10 days. So it was like
Mhm.
everything we had up until that point is kind of, it's like there were still good songs that we were meant to do a record that year, but then COVID messed it up. So those songs are old, but there's new stuff that's been written since then. And we just got a ton of songs basically. Um, and we didn't use any of the ones that we wrote before Strange Days because Strange Days happened. So you know what I mean? So there's a lot of
Uh,
songs that just haven't come out.
mm. Are a lot of them going to be on this new record?
Um, that's something we haven't decided on yet. So we've probably written 45 songs.
Oh wow.
So there's a lot of, I mean, if you want to count everything, it's probably like 60 or something like that, but
Oh
since, before COVID and stuff.
yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff, and that's one thing we're going through at the moment, just trying to pick and choose what we want to do.
Yeah. It's a song that you debuted before COVID in the Tour de France, the Tour de California, and has never seen the light of day since. Uh, is nobody gonna? Is nobody gonna? Let me rephrase that. Is nobody does it like you ever gonna see the light of day again?
For you to wait and see.
Okay, so I should probably cut out that question then. um, let's go back to something that is out. This unplugged EP that you're actually here to promote instead of giving out too much information, questions that are getting to get you in trouble. Um, so Pretty Vicious is on the EP. It's not the full length, it's just the acoustic version, of course. Um, what happened with Pretty Vicious? Because the Struts started promoting that on TikTok, and then all of a sudden it just never came out. So, and I've heard some things, but I don't know if it's actually like if this is actually confirmed. So, can you clear up what actually happened with Pretty Vicious when you promoted it and then all of a sudden it just didn't come out?
Yeah, I don't really know what happened. I think I can't really remember, but it was a case of we didn't realize it was going to get the reaction that it did, and then we weren't really prepared for it. So, and then it was like, I don't know, politics, and I think wasn't that around the time that we were changing record label, or there
Mm.
was something going on. So it was just, yeah, bad timing. So yeah, I don't really know what happened. It was just, oh shit, got really good reaction, and we kind of didn't expect it to. And
Yeah.
then it was going to come out, and then it was, and it wasn't. So it just was one of those things. But it's definitely gonna there'll be a full band version coming out of that. I can definitely confirm that.
Okay. You don't have to answer this as if it's gonna give too much information, but will there at least be a single out before the tour starts?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah,
Uh, uh,
definitely.
are you slating to get the new record out before the tour even, or what's the timeline on that?
Uh, I don't really have one at the moment. It's like I think definitely have new music out before the tour,
Yeah.
100%. And I'm don't quote me on it, but it's like I hope that we have at least a release date for the album by
Yeah.
then. So that's what.
So let's talk about the tour a little bit. It was announced yesterday, February. I'm terrible with dates. February 28th. That you're going to be touring. I think it starts. I don't really remember what. I don't have it pulled up in front of me. I forget where it starts, but I know it ends in Philly because I'm going to be there.
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
so, um, the tour. Luke posted something pretty interesting, and I don't know if I can if I don't know if I can say it even because it was in the Strutters and that might be private. I don't know. But are we gonna get a little bit of a revision with the set list this tour?
Yeah, like 100%. I think the whole thing's going to be different. I think gone are the days are opening with Prima Donna Like Me
Mm,
into Body Talks.
yeah, and then kiss this,
Kiss This. Yeah, I think there's that.
and
I
then
think
the fourth one changes every once in a while.
yeah. Yeah, so the whole set's going to be different. I can assure that. It's yeah. I feel like it's the problem was is that we did Strange Days
Mm,
and then we did the tour like a year after that Strange Days came out. I
mm,
ended up getting COVID and we had to cancel those shows and then we filled in the dates. But it was never like it never felt like the Strange Days tour. It
yeah.
kind of like it was just like a carrying on like from the record before. So it was but now there'll definitely be a big switch up in the show and that's all I can really say. But yeah, rest assured, it's not going to be the same set.
Is there going to be a medley of older songs like we got in 2019 and 2021?
Uh, I'm sure, yeah, there'll be something like that, and there'll be, we want to throw the rule book out the window a little bit, and we'll do some old stuff, we'll do some new stuff, we'll do some real deep cuts. I'm sure that's what we want to do. Like, it'll be fun, and we want to keep it exciting. And but yeah, that's literally something we were discussing today. So it's yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. How far in advance does the set list? I think I've told you this before, but making set lists fascinates me. And whenever I get to talk to an artist that's going on tour, I have to ask him about the set list. How far in advance does that get um like finalized? Well, not even finalized because it might not get finalized until after the show's over, really. But like when you make up your mind, like this is going to be the list at least for tonight.
I mean, what we tend to do is come up with a set list in rehearsals before the tour, and then we pretty much stick to the same set list every night.
Yeah.
Um, so like I mean, we're talking about now, and it's in March. We don't go out till June, so it's like 3 months out, I guess. And then when rehearsals start, we'll really dig into it. But um, yeah, we just want to make it as fun and exciting as possible this time around. And yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say too much. So
No, no, yeah, no problem. We'll go on on a different topic. Actually, you said something pretty interesting. You do stick to the same set list every night, but there are bands. I mean, a band that you toured with, Foo Fighters, they do this all the time, where they'll change stuff out of the set the moment that they're going to do it. Cheap Trick, they make their set like 5 minutes before they're going to go on stage. So would you find that difficult, or do you find it easier to make the set and then not change it? Would you like to change it uh night to night, or is it just easier to stick with the same set night after night?
I think I think we do want to switch it up going forward, but it's a lot of our. Well, I think what makes us a good like live show is that it's there's certain things that we do at certain times, which if you're doing a different song, it wouldn't work.
Hmm.
So it's like we had to play these certain songs to do that kind of thing. Like, for example, like I Do It So Well, we drag it out and Luke can do his thing and get the crowd going. Um, and like there's certain like gimmicky things like intros that just work well in
Yeah,
the set. So it's like kind of keep it like that. But I don't think we'll ever be the band where we're writing it 5 minutes before we go on stage. But
yeah,
I think we will definitely find a happy medium, probably.
yeah. Um, I noticed, I don't know how, maybe this was in February sometime. I noticed that you were selling your acoustic guitar.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
sold it.
are you sold it? Did you play that on the EP or was that a different one that you played?
No, no, that I was playing a Taylor on the EP. This is
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
the
because it was sponsored. Of course you were.
yeah, the Martin was one I played on all the other like the Strange Days tour and stuff like that, I think.
Yeah,
And like
okay.
the end of 2019, I think I played that one. It was just I got a few more Gibbs I got a couple of Gibson acoustics and now and Taylor gave me a acoustic and I was just like don't really need this anymore. So
Oh, okay, good. Because I got worried that that meant you weren't going to play merry-go-round anymore. So, so I did good. So you got a couple more acoustics there, and I just wanted to make sure.
no, 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 don't worry. We'll play that
Um,
song.
one more thing about the tour. I don't know how much time you have left, but I've only got a couple more things. Um, about the tour, every strutter loves the meet and greet. And it was kind of disappointing after the pandemic when we had to put up the plexiglass and you guys couldn't
Hmm.
sign anything or anything. That's back now, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There'll be no plexiglass or anything like that. Um, no, we got two versions of it this time. For people that just want to get in early, kind of thing. So, not like a meet and greet, but it's like a VIP thing.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, no, it's just going to be back to how it was before, which is great.
yeah, yeah. I'm really looking forward. I don't know if I can do it because I just noticed on the when I was waiting, I went on Ticketmaster because I haven't bought my tickets yet, and apparently the one in Philly is like 21 plus for some reason. I
Or
I
the
have to I
or
have
the
to do
show or the
no, the meet and greet. For some reason, it said meet and greet 21 plus with that. I'm like, why? Like,
nah, no,
I have to,
that's an
I have to do
error.
some
I'll talk to
investigating
them
there.
about
I'm
it.
just weird. Uh, um, and it also includes a ticket to the show now, right? I saw that it's different
I don't
now.
know, probably. I think so.
Um, yeah, it was different before. You had to buy it separately. Um,
Right.
we were talking about this before you came on. I noticed your blue amp behind you.
Mm.
I think strutters will find that interesting. That was the well tell me about it.
I got this when I first came to America. Um, it's divided by 13 BTR 23. And that's because, fun fact, I came to America in 2014 when we didn't have a manager or anything. And I stayed with a guy called Brett Papa who has a YouTube channel called Papa Stash 102. Or it's just Brett Papa now, I'm not sure. He's a guitar teacher anyway. And I messaged him on Facebook back in the day and it was like, hey, we need a manager. Um, and then he knew someone who knew someone who now is our manager. But I came over to LA and stayed with him, and I played. He had one of these amps, and then when I came out, we got signed and we came to America in August 2015. Um, I was like, can I get one? Can I get one of those amps? So I got this amp, and then yeah, I toured with this for I did the Mötley Crüe shows, the whole of the 2015, 2016 tours with it, and then ended up getting the Voxes and the plexi and stuff like that, and then this kind of took a back seat. But I recorded Strange Days, this amp, the whole of the album. So, and it sounds great. I thought it sounded really good on that album. So,
Yeah, it did. It did. I also noticed your Funko Pops there. I'm a big Funko
yeah,
collector too. I know I see
very nice.
Luke there, in the corner.
Oh,
um,
here, yeah,
yeah. Is
yeah,
that your? No, that's the. Um, I can't really see. I'll have to when I'm editing this. I'll have to blow up that and see who else you got. Do you have Billy Joe
yeah.
Armstrong in there too? Some. Is that?
Yeah, there's Liam Gallagher, Noel Gallagher, John Lennon, John Lennon, John Lennon, John Lennon, Trey Cool, Mike Dirk, Billy Joe, Rocky, Maximus from Gladiator, best movie ever. The Cheshire Cat, and then this is just a random one,
Yeah.
random. The Joker, Roger Rabbit, and then I got this is a cool one. The Misfits
Oh, that's cool. Are
theme.
you a Misfits
Yeah,
fan?
I am not at all, but I like the logo. Yeah.
I feel like
You know
that's
what? I've
that's
never listened to that band.
I feel like that's the thing with a lot of Misfits fans is that they like the logo, but they've never heard a single song.
Yeah, like I got into like buying mystery boxes of Funko Pops, and I got it one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then the rest of them are like Dragon Ball Z ones because I was a huge Dragon Ball Z fan when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
Yeah,
they're
I
coming out my
love
ears. I need to get rid of some.
yeah, I love Funko Pop, so I needed to ask you about that as soon as you came, as soon as you came on the Zoom. um
Goes up, look.
oh wow, geez. How many do you
Yeah, so
have, you would say?
I think I've got like there's some over there and some in the cupboard too. I don't know. I've probably got about maybe 200.
Oh wow, you got a lot more than me then. You're
Yeah.
you got I
Yeah,
know.
I only got into them like last year and I kind of went a bit mental with it. So
Well, that's what you start collecting one, and then you see one that you like, and then it just keeps
Mhm.
going on and on and on, and then you have to have this one and this one and this one.
And then you
Um,
find out which ones are rare and stuff like that.
yeah, and then
But,
you one of your bandmate has one, so it's like you got to get him. I mean, you.
yeah.
um, the band the band that's opening for you, they're called Max Saturn.
Mm.
You have any information about them? Do you know them at all, or you just find it?
No, funny enough, like Luke told me about them. I don't know, towards the end of last year, and there was just like a hype around them, and then
Yeah.
they look like cool dudes and sound cool, and they wanted to do it, so it was like hell yeah, I think it's a really good fit.
Yeah, I think so too. I saw them open up for Dirty Honey last year. They were really good.
Oh, that's why. So the singer Dirty Honey messaged me on Instagram, said, "Look after those boys," and I was like, "Sure, we'll do." But now it makes sense that they open for them.
Yeah, they opened for them last year. With Dorothy, I think. I think Dorothy was on that tour.
Ah, Dorothy. Oh, cool.
Um, yeah, so Unplugged Live at East West is now available on Spotify, iTunes, probably Amazon Music, all that good
Everything.
stuff. Was there anything that you would like people to know that I didn't ask you about today?
Um, no, I think the only thing I'd say is like thank you for your patience while we work on this music. The only reason we're taking so long is because we want it to be the best it possibly can be. And, we're buzzing to go on tour. I can't wait. I think it's going to be one of the best tours ever, if not the best, because I think the rooms we're playing are great. We're doing Pier 17 again, we're doing Fillmore in Philly, which
Yeah.
I don't know if we've done that. Or did we do 2 nights there? Or
It's
did
two
no, that was
nights in
somewhere else.
2019.
Was it the Fillmore?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, great venue. Um, so yeah, there's new music coming soon. Um, and just thanks for your patience and thanks for being a strutter.
Yeah, I mean, you wish you could write an album in 10 days every time, right?
Well, we did try and do it again, but we got some good stuff. But we were like, nah, we should probably take our time on this one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the tour as well. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, go to thestruts.com. Everything will be linked in the description. Um and Addo Struts on everything like Instagram, Twitter, right? All that kind of stuff.
That's me.
Uh, while you're down there, leave a like and consider subscribing. It would make me a very happy man. And with that, I will see you all in the next one.